favorite class was with Scott Bridges in management and leadership. And the thing I liked most about that class was just trying to be a leader. It talked about being a leader overall, being a manager, and it kind of relates to the job I'm in now, which I manage a lot of projects, but I also manage a lot of people indirectly. And it gave me a lot of the tools to put together some action plans in order to manage those projects effectively, and also to manage those people and to to motivate people and just to make sure that people are put in the best position so they can excel.
One of my favorite instructors, of course, is Shawn, who is no longer with us. But Dan knew everything there was to know about media, community relations, and public relations and communications. And I had him for 2 classes. I've used some of his material and some of those skills that he gave to us repeatedly on the job in the Louisville market.
Well, since my major's in media communication, and that's a lot of what I do at work, that matched up very well, and we had a variety of perspectives as I went through the program. So I had the legal perspective, things I should avoid that would keep me out of trouble, how to deal with material, how to put together projects. So from that, the idea of having a broad perspective, that was helpful.
I've had some great instructors here. Dr. Daly, he had the patience of a saint with me in the last IT class I took, and I'm sure some of the things he thought, what have I got here for a student? But he had patience with me, and I really, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from him. Larry Crouch drove all the way in from Lexington on Saturday mornings to teach us, and he always had donuts for us. That was a big selling point. You can't run a truck on an empty gas tank, so he brought some fuel for us every Jackie Cooper, I had her for 1 class, and the only class I had her in. Right in the middle of one of the classes, my daughter went into labor, and so I had to leave and got a grandson out of the deal. And I have not seen Jackie in quite some time, and I was here for a networking seminar, and she remembered me and came up, and the first word she wanted to know was, "How's that grandson?" And that means a lot. That you're more of a person. You're not just a number or a name in a grade book. That really helped me a lot. So.
Where I'm at in my job right now, I think it really helps me out a lot, because I'm what you call like a middle manager. Like I'm not on the front line, but I'm not an executive, so I'm kind of like in the middle. So a lot of the stuff that I deal with the frontline people every day, but on a daily basis I deal with my CEO, and I deal with all the VPs on a daily basis. So I'm in between there, so I'm trying to find out where can I lead and where can I not lead, and how can I be an effective manager in that role. And the class really helped me out, because we really found out that you can lead from anywhere. It doesn't really matter whether you're a frontline employee or you're a top level CEO. Leadership is all about providing direction and being able to see things before they happen, providing a vision, providing goals and opportunities, and that's what the class really taught us, and it's really helped me in my job.
I never thought that I would be graduating with an MBA at my age. I'm almost 54 years old, and you only get out of it what you put into it, and I've pulled a lot out of my studies here. That's really helped me in my work. It's been a big help to me, especially on the IT side. I've always been in human resources, and I was never real strong in IT. I'm still not strong in IT, but a whole lot better than I was years ago.
The degree from Webster has given me new skills that I use pretty much daily in my work with communications and media at AARP. The programming at Webster really does meet the needs of a working professional. The classes are at night, and sometimes I'm kind of dragging when I get into the class at 6 o'clock. But what I've found over these past 3 years is I'm glad I did it. I put it off for a number of years, knew I needed a master's degree, not just for the credential, which is good to have in today's market, but also for the skill sets that it helped me to develop. The coursework has stretched me and has forced me sometimes to learn more than I had expected. Some of the research, some of the teamwork that goes into some of the projects has made a huge difference in preparing me for what I do Daly in media and communications.
My ultimate goal at one time was to, well, it's still a big deal. A big idea to me is basically to own a sports franchise. I don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. But I think, realistically, I think my goal is to actually be a vice president of marketing for a Fortune 500 company, or to stay where I'm at now, which is kind of like within the government sector, kind of focusing on the city of Louisville, which I love working for the city of Louisville.
I've thought about pursuing a PhD. One day I do think I would like to teach. I know Harry Hinkle will laugh about this one. When first class I had with him, he has us fill out a card, and one of the questions on there is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'd like to have a farm one day. I've kind of got some roots in the agriculture field. I cut meat for 25 years before I started back to school, and I put on my card, I want to be a pig farmer. And Professor Hinkle's never let me forget that. He always asks me, he says, how's the hog farm growing? So he always teases me about that.
I'll say just Webster as a whole is a great school, just from the staff all the way down to the teachers. It's a great place to learn, a great place to really work and learn at the same time. They're very flexible with how you want to do your schedule. They're very open. If a class happens to not be scheduled on time, they actually are proactive and tell you this class is not going to run, but we'll recommend this other class for you. So they're always constantly helping you out, learning new classes, and then the staff knows you by name, and everybody knows everybody there. So it's really like a home away from home, I guess you could say, in school. So it's like you're in college, but not like undergrad where you're in a class of like 400 people. You're in a class of at the most like 25 people maybe, and even those 25 people, pretty much everybody knows each other, and the teachers know your name, and it just really helps you with the whole learning aspect from college.
I know the staff here has been wonderful. Kim and Jim, I don't know how this place has survived without the two of them. I really don't. When I first started here, when Webster went to the online enrollment, if anybody could blow up an online enrollment, it was me. And I would just call Kim and say, Kim, help. And she'd say, David, I'll take care of it. And I was always enrolled. So she took care of me.
So I'm looking forward to graduating, and it's been a good ride at Webster, and I'm glad that I've been here.
It's been a great experience. It really has.